Hello everyone, myself Ravi. This is my second video with all of you. So my previous video was to thank IFA for what it has been doing, and now this video is to guide students on how to go about the September 2020 examination. So it's been 7 years since I have been teaching, and I have been consistently training students for the IFA examinations. I have learned about IFA's behavior, IFA's norms, IFA's efficiency in and out in last 7 years. I have seen so many presidents come and go out. I have seen the culture of IFA change. I have seen the pattern in which the exam change. Everything has been in front of my eyes in the last 7 years. So I've understood the way they function. So first thing, that in April they did not take the examination for CM and CS papers. They knew it very well that mathematical typing is going to be a difficult task probably for the students, and hence they cancelled the examination for CM and CS papers. Rest all the exams were taken by IFA. This time they have come up with a notification that they will be taking all the examination including CM and CS papers for in September 2020 examination. So since from March till now in May, it's been almost 2 months. I believe that IFA members might have met each other. They must have consulted a lot of consultants, and after very thorough research they must have come to a conclusion that these exams are possible online. Only because they've come to the conclusion that these exams are possible online, they have now said they'll be taking online examination. Now what is happening is, instead of patiently waiting for more information to come out, we are hurriedly jumping to the conclusions, and this is creating panic among all the community students. So this is not right. There are rumors spreading that mathematical typing is required. I did not read the word mathematical typing even once in the whole FAQ page of the IFA's exam section. So they have very clearly mentioned that you can use MS Excel to aid your calculations, and at the end you just have to copy paste those MS Excel sums, the sums that you've solved in MS Excel, into a Word file, and you can send it to the institute. So how I see this is that most of the sums, I believe I sat yesterday night and I tried to solve the CM1 paper, which has got the most complicated assurance function notations, and most of the students are worried that how will you put these functions in the MS Word. So I could solve the paper, whole of the paper, very meaningfully within I think 2 or 30 minutes time, which was actually 3 or 15 minutes paper, using MS Excel and Word without using any assurance function notations. So wherever you have to say that it is expected present value of a whole life assurance, we usually use capital A with the subscript of X. So I just wrote in words that it is expected present value of whole life assurance. I don't think there is any problem with that. Institutes will definitely come with more clarity, but from a personal experience, I am telling you that IFA will definitely or will very likely not have any issue if you do not use notations, and if you just write it in words that this is expected present value of a whole life assurance, and then solve it. And same way for other things. When you want to write lambda, you can just write LAMBDA lambda. You do not need to use the notation lambda. Even though there are tools that comes in MS Word which make it very easy to type mathematical notations as well. So even if institute makes it compulsory for all of you that you have to type mathematical notations, there is going to be no issue at all. It is going to be very simple. The only trouble comes is when you use assurance functions of the CM1 examination. So there will be some solutions available. We don't have to panic. It is not our job to panic. It is institute's job to panic that how will so many students write the examination when it is not possible. So institute must have definitely given it a thought. They must have definitely created a plan of how they will make students write this examination, and then they have come out with this announcement that your September exam will be online. So you don't have to worry about it. Solving the questions in MS Excel are very easy. You are anyways going to give the MS Excel exam for part B. In part A also you are going to do the same. We are in 2020. Even if this pandemic would not have happened, I believe eventually with time everything was supposed to go online only. We are all staring at the time when everything will be online, when internet will take a lot of importance in our life. It has already taken a lot of importance in our life. So I wish that IFA keeps this online examination system intact even if the pandemic problem goes out in the next few months. This is such a big relief for every candidate who is writing the examination. There are many students who stay in remote villages in India, who stay in remote areas in many other countries, and they are not able to take the examination just because they cannot travel to the city where the exam is being conducted, maybe just because the cost of travel is very high. Or maybe there is a female and it is not safe for them to travel in many cities, like in many cities in India. So parents don't allow them out of the fear that something may go wrong. Don't you think that this will become so easily accessible for all of them, and eventually in long term the cost for the institute will reduce, which might be reflected in a fees as well in future, maybe 4 or 5 years later. So everything happens for a reason. I don't think that IFO is so irresponsible that it will make you type mathematical notations. Irresponsible is making a statement to the students that do not write the examination just because mathematical typing is very difficult. Who said that mathematical typing is difficult? It is not mentioned anywhere. So I don't see any need to panic. Most of the questions of CS1, CM1, CS2, CM2, I see most of them can be solved very easily, either using scientific calculator and MS Word, or using MS Excel and MS Word. A combination of MS Excel and MS Word is a blessing for you. It will make your work so much easier, and it will make you so much aware of how things actually work in offices. Do you think in offices they do it on paper? Are you going to do it on paper for the rest of your life? No. You have to move to online systems. You have to start typing stuff. When you're going to join offices, they won't be using assurance functions on papers. They won't ask you to solve office work in books. You'll be doing it in MS Excel and Word, and maybe some other softwares like R. You're doing the same thing here also. So this is very much practical. This is not making you, it is not forcing you to acquire a skill which is useless. It is forcing you, or rather giving you an opportunity to acquire a skill which is so useful for the rest of your life. So what we can do right now is, we can right now wait patiently for more announcement to come. And I believe by 20th of July, they have said they will be very clear about everything before the examination registration starts. And even much before that, I think they will give us all the adequate information required to understand how the examination is going to go. Let's say by the end of June, or maybe say in the start of July, we get all the information available. We have all the information available under the FAQ sections of their website, and we will keep ourselves updated, and we'll keep on checking what information they are giving. Based on the information that they provide, we will have to just start practicing in that way. We were never used to write assurance functions on paper also. We saw it for the first time. So if we have to write in a different way in MS Word, we will practice. We have whole of July, we have whole of August, we have whole of September. We have 90 days to practice whatever is required. The concepts are going to be studied anyhow. We are not going to study anything new. So concepts are going to remain same. We just have to acquire an ability of writing things differently. So only thing is that if you do not have a laptop of your own, it is very mandatory right now to make that investment. Have a laptop, have a good Wi-Fi connection, and the institute is not going to take any kind of mitigation risk on your own. If suppose your internet goes off, if suppose your laptop stops working during the examination, this is your own risk. So ensure that you buy a new good laptop if you have a old one. If you are using an internet connection which is not good, ensure that during the examination time you have backup available, or you change your internet connection provider. Ensure that you have a licensed version of MS Word, MS Excel, so that during examination time it does not happen that you are writing examination, suddenly things go wrong. So do not use the broken version, the copied version of MS Word, MS Office. Go for the licensed version. Use genuine software, genuine tools which will help you in the examinations, and just keep yourself updated. That is the main thing. Second thing that is going on in students' mind is, will the time be adequate for the examination? I will say yes, very much adequate. I think you will be able to solve things in a very less time, because so many tools are available on computers. Computers were actually invented to make human work easier and faster. It was never invented to make human work more difficult, complex, or time consuming. So I believe if you start solving same things on the MS Word and MS Excel, you will be able to solve similar things in less time. Institutes, examiners, those who set the exam papers, are very much aware of the average typing speed of humans on internet, or they are very much aware of what they should actually ideally be. So they will only ask you as much as they think an average human being should be able to answer in 3 hours and 15 minutes. They will not ask you a question which should be answered in 4 or 30 minutes or 5 hours. I think they will be very reasonable in setting the papers. There is one more question which is going on around is, will exams become more difficult? I would say no. They will ensure that the difficulty level remains same, and if difficulty level increases, they have a history of reducing the passing mark to ensure that the passing percentage still remains same. So difficulty level increases, the passing mark would decrease, and if difficulty level decreases, the passing mark would increase. So that is not a matter of your concern. You should not be concerned about how difficult it is going to be. Did you select actual exams are easy? You are always aware that it is going to be a difficult exam. So why are you worried whether it is going to be difficult or not? Just focus on your concepts. Learn very well, and I'm pretty sure if you have studied well for the examination, you are definitely going to pass with flying colors. Next question was, if you do not give examination in the September, as appealed by some of the tutors. So the April exam have already gone, September is going to go. This 1 year's gap. So it has been said that people will be very considerate. I have a different point of view over this. I would say that the world is very selfish. So the companies are already hiring right now. It's not that the lockdown is going on, but the companies are not hiring. I got a call 6 days back from a colleague, from a friend who is working in a company, and he said that the company is having a position for 23 actual freshers. So 23 actual freshers being hired during the lockdown period. There was another message which I saw in one of the groups which said there are vacancy for 6 candidates. So there are so many companies who are already hiring. Some of my students already had a offer letter in their hand, who were supposed to start their work in June, July of 2020. They thought because of lockdown it will get postponed, but it did not get postponed. The company actually delivered the laptop to their home and they have started working. I have not heard of any kind of pay cuts. I have not heard of any kind of layoffs, and I did not see the hirings go down. So even though the world is locked down, even though the companies are in trouble, I did not see anything happening similar to the actual profession so far. Thankfully, fortunately. So if you feel that you will stay out of the race for 1 year and then you'll be able to catch up, you are definitely doing it wrong. Do not move out of the race. Stay in the race. Stick to it. Clear your exams as soon as you can. So there is one calculation. So one of the person with whom I was learning when I was young, I was learning for actual exam. He gave me an idea of the how to calculate the amount that you lose when you don't give an exam. So I don't know how logical you will find, but here it goes. So suppose if I'm 19 years old right now, and if I start actual papers at the age of 19 and I suppose complete it at the age of 25, average pay scale, let's say, of an actuary in India is 40 lakh rupees. So if I become an actuary at the age of 25, I'll start earning 40 lakh rupees from the age of 25. Now suppose instead of the age 19, for whatever reasons, I do it from the age 20. Or for whatever reasons, I drop 1 year in between and I rather become an actuary at the age of 26. I am losing 1 whole year of 40 lakh rupees of revenue. I'll end up earning maybe 5, 6 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees during that time. Much lesser than what it could have been if I become a qualified actuary. So the late you do to clear exams, the more time that you waste, you actually are losing a lot of money, a lot of potential to earn of the near future time, maybe 5 to 6 years later. So the earning potential of a qualified actuary is very less than a non-qualified actuary. This is very clear to all of you. If it is not clear, you should make it very clear. So you're dealing a fellowship period. If you're dealing a fellowship period, you're incurring a huge loss. So I definitely say that spend a little bit more right now. No matter if it becomes difficult, take up that difficulty, take up that challenge, go through it, slog a bit, clear your exams faster, become a fellow as soon as you can, and then enjoy your life to every bit of it. So do not skip the September examinations. These exams, the institute has worked very hard in ensuring that you are able to appear for this examination. Do not make their hard work, efforts go in vain. So start preparing for the examination. I hope this video has cleared most of your queries. If you still have any queries left, if there are anything that I have forgotten to answer in this video, please let us know, let me know in my comment section, or if you have a personal number, you do WhatsApp me. So either we can have one-to-one communication, or I can make another video if it is a common question that I've missed. So I think that's all for this video.